Hey guys, welcome back. Now I do have quite a few videos here on my channel where I show you how to achieve a natural looking makeup looks, and if you want to watch them in the form of the tutorial, I will be linking them down below in the description box so you can go ahead and check it out. But this video will be basically all about the tips, the key tips that I have for achieving a natural makeup look. This is perfect for the days when you don't feel like wearing a lot of makeup, or when you want to look like you don't wear a lot of makeup but still looking flawless, and just basically emphasizing your natural beauty. Hope you enjoy. Let's get on to it. The first tip that I have is, of course, primers, because based on your skin types, if you have oily skin, primers help to control the oil when you put them underneath your makeup, or just basically you can skip the foundation if you don't feel like wearing it, or BB or CC cream, something like that. You can just wear it by itself. Basically, it will look like you're wearing nothing, whereas the product is actually doing something. The same comes to the dry skin. This is just an example I'm bringing you. For the recent time, I've been really into this e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. I almost feel like I'm putting a moisturizer on my face before I put foundation on. It also fills in the pores beautifully, and I feel like my face looks so smooth. This is actually what I'm wearing today underneath my foundation, but definitely choose the best primer for your skin type. For dry skin would be another one that I have. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. This is amazing. It basically erases your pores, but it is definitely more for people with oily skin, because since my skin is more on the drier side, I find that it dries it out a little bit, but nonetheless, this is an amazing primer. I must say that I've been quite skeptical about primers just about 2 years ago, but when I started actually using them, it does make the greatest difference in terms of evening out the texture. Yeah, primer is a must. The next tip that I have for you, which I tend to do quite often these days, is basically not putting foundation on the entire face, but putting concealer just in certain spots. Here I have the sample that I got in my Ipsy bag, but nonetheless, it's a great product. This is by Under Eye by It Cosmetics. It is very thick, concentrated primer, highly pigmented. I put the tiniest amount on the back of my hand, and I just conceal the spots with my fingertips because they have a natural warmth to them and they help blend out your product effortlessly. So I just dab it onto the spots where I need concealing, and then basically I set it with a translucent powder. But again, it really comes to choosing the best shade for your face. In my case, this is neutral medium. This is perfect for my natural face color, skin color on my face. Yeah, so this one works perfectly, and I don't need to put foundation all over my face. Thus, I'm letting my skin breathe, and I don't have any sort of like heavy look onto my skin. It looks very natural. I suggest skipping full coverage foundation. This is very important. You don't have to skip the foundation as it is, because there are lots and lots of foundations that have light to medium coverage. They look very natural, and they provide with these beautiful sheer coverage on your face, and basically helps to even out the skin tone. I do skip foundation on the days I'm going natural. I go with BB cream. This is the NYC Smooth Skin BB Cream Instant Matte. Mine is in 2 medium. I love this particular product because it does an amazing job evening out my skin tone, and since it's matte, it does not require setting it. It doesn't feel tacky whatsoever. It sort of like blends in with your skin. It looks very natural. So there you have it. It's either you conceal just the spots that require concealer, or you go light coverage with BB creams or CC creams if that is what you need. CC is color correcting, and BB is blemish balm, and depending on what your skin type and how it feels, you can go for both. They provide with much lighter coverage, and they look much more natural than foundations on your skin. The same goes for tinted moisturizers, by the way, but I'm personally not a big fan of those because I feel like they're just not a moisturizer completely, but also not giving me even the very sheer coverage that I want. So just find what works best for your skin type. The next tip that I have, it comes to setting your face only in case, again, only in case your face feels a little bit tacky and you want to prolong the wear of your concealer, foundation, BB cream, tinted moisturizer, whatever you choose for you. I strongly suggest going with translucent, transparent powders, or sometimes they call no color powders. I'm personally a big fan of the Isadora Perfect Loose powder in 01 Velvet Transparent. This is the very first transparent powder that I got for myself, and I'm very impressed with its performance, and it's also very affordable, but it's more like you can find it in Europe. Honestly, I got it when I used to live in Moscow back then, but yeah. The other great one is the RCMA No Color powder, which it retails for around $10 plus minus a couple of bucks. Laura Mercier also translucent powder is amazing, which is more on the higher side. Tons and tons of options when it comes to transparent no color and translucent powders right now. I suggest going with those rather than pressed powders that can be a little bit more heavy, a little bit more cakey, and give you more coverage. So the purpose of the blush is to give you natural rosy cheeks, like a flush of color basically. And what I love to do, I take the blush brush, I dip it into the product ever so slightly. Again, don't go like heavy-handed because it's easier to start with minimum of product and then build up the color. And I start on the apples of my cheek. I place the color here and then slightly start dragging it onto the temples, and that's how I create a natural gradient, because for example, when your face flushes natural, it's not like you just have it on this area of your cheeks. You have it like definitely more spread. I hope I'm making sense. So it is also, it's much more flattering. It kind of puts the look together, and yeah, I love it. Now, as for highlighters, my greatest tip to make it more natural is to stand, for example, I have lights shining on me right now, but for example, when you stand in the natural light, go and stand right in front of the window and just kind of move your face, and when you see wherever natural light hits your face, this is where you want to apply your highlighter. I'm not a big fan of radiant powder all over your face because, again, it's not very natural. You don't shine all over your face, especially here on the nose, like this round. Wayne Goss made such an amazing video. If you want, I will also link it down below. It's so hilarious about highlighting your nose, something like that. The next thing I want to talk about is falsies, false eyelashes. I'm not wearing any today, and I don't wear them on a daily basis, but when you are feeling much more confident with false eyelashes, and when your natural eyelashes are not that long, there's nothing wrong with wearing false eyelashes every single day, whatever, if it makes you feel beautiful and confident. I suggest going with mink eyelashes because I find that they look extremely natural, and I do have some amazing option for you. I will link it down below. They're all handmade, they ship internationally, and they're very affordable too. And I also have some code for you so you can save 5% of your order, which is also very cool considering they're very affordable as they are. Go check it out. I love the brand. And the last tip that I have for you is we're gonna talk about eyebrows. I suggest filling in just the sparse areas on your eyebrows. Again, it comes to the video where I demonstrate my no makeup look. Check it out again. But yeah, if you want to, of course. But my point here is don't create the entire new eyebrow. Of course, it's gonna look less natural. In my case, it's most of the time it's right in the area of my arch. Fill in that area and I'm good to go. I feel confident with my eyebrows. And that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you found something useful and learned something today. Feel free to share your tips on how to achieve natural looking makeup down below. I love chatting on this topic and I love replying to your comments. Follow me on social media. All the links are down below as usual. And please subscribe on your way out. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.